Well, over the last year, people across South Florida have been or seen sharp rent increases, and many feel that they just can't afford it. NBC6 reporter Laura Rodriguez spoke to a woman who dealt with the rent negotiation nightmare in the middle of her lease term.
This renter tells me she had already agreed to a rent increase of $200 a month. Then the management company came back after she paid 2 months of rent and asked for an additional $600 a month.
You laugh because if not, you're going to cry from how insane prices are, how insane the process is. There's no options.
For 2 years, Natalie Pardo lived at this Brickell building. She says there were no major issues until her lease renewal at the end of 2021. After signing the contract on a $200 increase and paying the increased rent for 2 months, she received this email from the property management company that said in part, "Although we agreed to sign a renewal lease in the amount of $2,200, by decision of the landlord, after seeing the amount of rent on the market, he decided he won't want to sign the lease renewal by the amount that we discussed before because the prices on this property are much higher than that. The amount of the rent will be $2,800.
I ultimately decided to leave because this is my home where I'm walking into every single day, and I don't want that bad energy just, lingering around, whether I have to, pick up and leave the next day.
In the middle of the holidays, Natalie had to begin her search for a new apartment.
You start thinking of okay, I get movers, I need to get then potentially like a unit where I'm going to store my stuff because I can't find an apartment, and then you have this experience. So as you're looking for other apartments, you have PTSD from the whole thing. You're like, are they going to screw me over too? You literally are thinking, am I going to be homeless by the end of this?
Tenants across Miami-Dade have rights, and if your landlord is trying to raise your rent despite your lease protecting you, you have the right to fight back and shouldn't be pushed out.
Attorney Alana Greer is working with the Miami Workers Center and calling on elected officials at the state level to take action and protect renters' rights.
State elected officials can respond by some type of limitations around increases in rent.
Last week, Miami Beach commissioners approved an ordinance requiring landlords to give their tenants at least 60 days written notice before imposing a rent increase greater than 5%. The Miami Workers Center says that's a step in the right direction, but won't solve the problem.
Where do working class people who supports our economy, where do they go? And if they're not here, what happens to everyone else who depends on them?
The attorney you just heard from in the report says there are free legal resources available right here in our community. Those options include legal services of Greater Miami, Dade Legal Aid, and the Miami Workers Center. Reporting in Miami, I'm Laura Rodriguez, NBC6 News.